Yo, what is going on, you guys? It is your boy Aries from Aries Game Productions, and today we're going to be looking at a character that I think I originally did not like very much, but I have grown to really like this character. Definitely nerfed a little bit from his like 1.0 and kind of a little bit before the game's cycle ended for Onion Knight. He was probably a little bit better as far as like his damage and everything. But it did end up getting nerfed a little bit, but he's still one of the best characters, I think, in the game, just as far as what he can do. He is a specialist. So, he starts out as just the Onion Knight, and when, so just to go over his abilities, starting to go over those. We already done Final Fantasy 1 and 2, but now we're going on 3. So when an Onion Knight lands attacks to increase your unique EX skill gauge. So you're going to start out as a knight, but you don't want to stay the knight. Like you don't want to stay as this thing. You want to be going to become a sage or a ninja. And the reason for that's pretty simple. It is to basically become a specializer in what your team needs. If your team needs extra physical damage against some really dumb spellcasters, switch to ninja. You could just switch jobs once your gauge gets back up, and allows you to pretty much become a thorn in everyone's side as a ninja. You're fast. You basically become an assassin class, which is really good. But then, if you're needing some people to fire off some stuff from a distance, you can switch over to becoming a sage, and you're basically a magic user. You're a marksman now. Onion Knight does both of those things just as Onion Knight, but they're really crappy versions of it. So you want to get out of Onion Knight as quickly as possible. That's your goal, is to get out of the Onion Knight character. Or you can just troll. Like if you're just waxing this team and you don't want to change jobs, stay as the Onion Knight. Who gives a shit? But if you're getting your butt whooped, you might want to consider changing the job class to if you're actually playing seriously. It's better to change classes, definitely. So, just looking at the Onion Knight just as he starts out, bravery attacks, you have your circle, standard standard abilities there for your grounded stuff. Grounded, that's his physical. His grounded magic is Blizzard. He's going to use it in a line that's going to follow them. Airborne, circle, basically just some other slashes. Airborne is fire. You're probably going to be using fire a little bit more if you're going for casting stuff when you're Onion Knight. You're most likely going to be using that. And then he has a little bit of a gimmick with his dashing ability. You can sprint to either direction that you want. So if you are dashing and you sprint and go to the left, he'll sprint left before he attacks. If you go right, you can sprint right and then press circle. And I'll actually show a demonstration of that actually in the game. It's a lot easier to see it than it is for me to explain that. So this is what happens when you turn into a sage. With what you do with your job class, you have to choose it. So if I go left on the analog stick and press triangle, I will turn into a sage. If I go right on the analog stick, I become a ninja. So you have to choose which job you want to go to. You don't just press triangle and it does something random. It used to do that. It used to do it based off of what you hit your enemy with, like how much of like a magic or a physical attack you hit them with. That's what you would turn into for your job. They decided that is terrible, which I agree. And now you're just able to choose. So this is what happens when you become a sage. Blizzaga on the ground. can move while casting, so you can Wazaga them. Eroga, basically just a wind spell, pretty fast. Then Flare. Flare is going to be pretty useful if somebody's just moseying on down to you. So, Firaga, again, 3 quick spells, targeting them. Thundaga is a lot slower than it used to be, but it is basically a do not approach me move in the air. Holy is a AoE, like a little small AoE that he can do. Good damage on it, good potency on it. So, this is everything that happens when we become a ninja. We have our regular circle stuff on the ground. Whirlwind Slash. This is jumping up in the air. So if they're above you, really good to go ahead and target them with this, with the Whirlwind Slash. Wind Shear is incredibly annoying to deal with. It basically makes him untouchable while he's in the wind. If you go into him in the wind, if you try to hit him with a melee attack, you will not win. It is really good. So if you think like somebody's just going to start swinging at you, sometimes it's better just to go ahead and charge this up and just have them get hit by it, which we might see a little bit here in a little bit when I actually start playing. Airborne again, circle, just our big circle combo. Shuriken, really annoying move. This has pretty good range. The tracking is not good on it though. It has a little bit, but not much. And then a wheeling thrust, this is basically a dive bomb. You're going to spin down to their location, then shoot them back up again, or shoot them kind of off to the side. And the game's just telling you what a combo extender is, which we can talk about. A combo extender lets you keep doing a combo even if you miss. So that's basically all that means. If you miss the attack, you can still keep doing the move, which sometimes you can fake people out with that. HP attacks. The only good ones, I think, that are consistent are Sword and Sorcery and Meteor. Meteor is good. Blade Torrent is good, but you only want to use it as a ninja, so you've already kind of limit yourself to that. Sword and Sorcery has good range still, whether you're a sage or a ninja. It's just a little bit better as ninja. So Sword and Sorcery is probably my preferred one. I just like it. It's quick, it comes out really fast, it does damage fast. You don't have to sit through an entire cutscene to watch your damage go on. It's really good. This is telling you about the Onion Knight unique EX skills. Anytime the gauge is available, job change, turn into a sage or turn into a ninja as Onion Knight. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit more important. If you are switched over to any of the jobs, you can power it up and your movement speed will go up. So this is for a sage. So instead of switching to a ninja, you're like, oh wow, I really like the work I'm doing as a sage right now. Let's power up. You're basically growing Super Saiyan. So you can actually power up the job, or you can just change the job completely. It doesn't matter. Ninja does the same thing. Ninja power up is increasing your attack and your poise value for your duration for the time. Just talking about Onion Knight's unique skill, only increases when landing bravery or HP attacks, and the rate of increase is unaffected by remaining HP or Shiva's passive. So, Shiva's passive ability is the increase of your unique EX gauge. The unique EX gauge doesn't actually do anything. It with this particular character. So, since the passive doesn't matter with this character, you're free to use other summons. You don't have to rely on Shiva's passive, which is really good. So, and the best summon I think to use for Onion Knight is actually Odin. Odin's increasing your movement speed. You're already fast as a ninja as is, but whether you're a sage or a ninja, you are now one of the fastest people on the field. You can get to places, and I mean you are hauling ass. So, again, amazing, really good. But also important to realize this character, if you are incapacitated with a Vile Sage or a Ninja, you will revert back to the Onion Knight. So your job is lost. You have to go back and acquire the job again. And the EX skill gauge will reset. So pay attention to that if you are ever incapacitated, meaning you lose a life. You definitely need to try to get into your job as quickly as you can again. And try not to die. So, Onion Knight, again, we're going to fight Cloud of Darkness on a really fun map. Actually, one of my favorite maps.
In what world will you fight, Kupo?
Floating Continent, huge ass map. Huge map.
Your allies have assembled, Kupo. Select a summon, Kupo.
Like I said, we're going Odin.
Select a summon, Kupo.
Cloud of Darkness, we're going to give her Shiva, because... good song,
It will
too.
all be over soon. Why'd you even bother showing up?
So, just real quick, what I was saying, this dash mechanic, boom. So this is part of the dash thing.
Use your skills, Kupo.
Alright, so let's say we're finding her really annoying from kind of up close. We're going to switch to Sage.
Go crush that core, Kupo. Use your skills, Kupo.
So she's actually kind of taking us to school as a Sage.
Core incoming, Kupo. Use your skills, Kupo. Go crush that core, Kupo.
Also, don't be afraid to throw out your HP attacks, even if you're not going to hurt them. It makes your life a little bit easier, in case you do end up happening to kill them.
Hope you know what end of the sword to stick 'em with.
Use your skills, Kupo. Block bravery attacks by guarding, Kupo. Finish that foe, Kupo.
So let's say we're feeling really good as a sage and we want to go power up. Boom! Let's power up.
Core incoming, Kupo. Go crush that core, Kupo. Use your skills, Kupo. Core incoming, Kupo. Finish that bow, Kupo.
That's not good. However, we'd have something that gets rid of poison. Isunga. That is very good way to make them respect you. Alright, so let's say we're getting tired of Sage and say let's take it up a little bit. We are now a ninja. Which, his ninja outfit is really dope.
Use your skills, Kupo.
Yeah, like I was saying, the Odin thing makes this class extremely annoying. He becomes a monster
Finish that bow, Kupo.
unless you get your shit
Go
wrong
crush
like
that
that.
core, Kupo. Your enemies will summon soon, Kupo.
Fashion your ice into deadly spears.
So she actually brought her summon, which is pretty cool. But we're gonna hopefully kill her before then.
Use your skills, Kupo.
Power up as a ninja.
Use your skills, Kupo. Finish that bow, Kupo.
So what we did right there is actually a lot better. If I just did a regular sword and sorcery thing, it probably wouldn't have killed her right there. If you charge it up as a ninja, you get a lot more damage, do a lot more things with it. So, and I mean, come on. That's a sick looking ninja gear there. So, like I said, really fun. Onion Knight is not one of my better characters, but he is definitely a character that I love playing as. He's so fun to play as. You can just the job switching, the powering up your job too if you need to. He's so versatile, it just makes sense. A lot of the characters in this game who are versatile are seriously very just some of the funnest characters you can have because there's so much variety with them. And then you get to what we're going to get into later on in the series, a character like Lightning, who doesn't even have to use a EX skill. She can just change jobs, technically, by pressing L3, and you become a different job. She doesn't get a power-up, but Onion Knight does, which is kind of the drawback from her, as opposed to he can just go ahead and power jobs. But that will do it for this character. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be coming out with a little bit more on the video chat, but I hope to see you guys next time. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm enjoying making it, and because I do still really like this game. This game still has me going back to it and having fun, which is what it's all about. But I will see you guys next time. Showdown. Deuces.